Hi everyone, and welcome to Daily with Ali podcast, your daily dose of wisdom. The purpose of the podcast is for us to learn to be better humans one day at a time. In every episode we will explore a wise quote or intriguing idea that will expand your emotional intelligence and soften your heart. This being said, let's get into it. The intriguing idea of today is: the biggest lesson I've learned this year is that no one is really your friend or truly loves you until they've seen every dark shadow inside you and stayed. Well, that's a lot, my friends, isn't it? To allow yourself to display a full storm in front of someone and then judge their friendship to you based on their decision to embrace your storm or not. When I came across this idea, I found it romantic and radical at the same time. And if you resonate with today's quote, there are a couple of things that I invite you to become aware of. First of all, I believe that it's amazing and healing to have people in our lives that we can completely be free with to express our feelings, emotions, fears, worries, happiness, plans, etc. And even more so, I believe that we all deserve that. And in the absence of it, we can't function in a healthy way. Because we are emotional beings, we need empathy, we need support, we need to feel loved and to feel that we belong to a community in order to thrive. Even those who thrive in solitude, they do it because they have built a connection to a higher power. There is something that holds them and loves them unconditionally. So, the need to have that person in our lives who puts up with our crazy is an intrinsic need. We need to see that we can be loved even in our darkest moments. That if we fail, we are still lovable. That we have not fallen in disgrace in the hearts of those we love. However, I want to make you aware of the fact that the way a person reacts to your crazy has a lot to do with where they are in their own life right now. And I mean the level of personal healing and development they are at. I'm talking about their wisdom, their knowledge of human nature, their ability to empathize with you, and their love for you. People who are not aware of their own shadow side, of their triggers, can take your drama really personally or simply feel overwhelmed by it and tend to run away. And the reason why I'm saying this to you is that although it sounds ideal and romantic and divine to have people in your life who stay with you no matter what, before judging your friends' reactions to your own lows, try to figure out where exactly are they in their own lives right now. Maybe they just don't have the necessary tools to understand you. And that doesn't mean they don't love you. It means that they don't know how to handle you without hurting themselves in the process. So just be mindful before being radical about your friendships. And the other aspect I want to share with you about is the fact that as grown-up people, we have to become aware of our own character flaws, of our own reactions, and try to have less tantrums. The inner child will always be there inside of us, and there will be moments when it will show up, but let's become conscious of it. And as much as possible, express ourselves in authentic ways that are also thoughtful of those around us. Friendships have to be a win-win situation ultimately, and no one is bound to accept all of our shadows in the name of love. People have boundaries, and sometimes if you cross them, regardless of the friendship, they will have to call you out and remind you of them. And it's actually not regardless, it's because of the friendship they will have to call you out and remind you of them. So instead of no one is really your friend until they've seen every dark shadow inside you and stayed, I would say the people that love you and have a deeper level of emotional intelligence will not be put off by your shadows. They will stay, and they might actually help you acknowledge them and heal them in time. And as this podcast is coming to an end, from now on, I invite you to show up when you can for your friends, and if any of their shadows scares you, just be honest and tell them that you love them, but you don't know how you can help them. Better than unaccommodating friend is a completely honest and transparent friend. This being said, I want to thank you again for taking the time to tune in and listen. Make sure to subscribe for more and share in the comments below any topics that you would love me to tackle in the next episodes. I'm Elisa, and until next time, remember, you have all the answers deep within. My mission is to take you there.